one to start becoming a millionaire. This is the topic we are going to talk about today. So, what is this step one? If you didn't see the last video, check it in the description because we went on the 5 different stage of how we can become a millionaire. And if you didn't see the video previously, that one, we established the reason why we need to want to become a millionaire. This is an important thing. And so the first stage of becoming a millionaire is basically to build skills. And there is two main reasons for that. The first one is going to be become valuable into society, basically, because the second stage of becoming a millionaire is going to start earning money, earning income. And to do that, we need to be valuable to society. So basically people want to pay us for our skills. It's as simply as it is. But then there is another aspect that come into building skills, which is more on the long-term view. If we are entering in this journey of becoming a millionaire, we need also to start thinking about the skill we want to build now over and think about them over our whole journey. Basically, at the beginning of this journey of becoming a millionaire, we want to start thinking about how we are going to make this happen. Now that we have the 5 stages, we know what we are going to do broadly, but then depending on you, your circumstances, and how you want to live your life, your path will be more a bit different from one another. So now that you need to choose which skill you are going to build and so on, you also need to question how those skills will help you beyond just the stage 2 and stage 3, but all the way to stage 5, which is going to be investing and building business. So that being said, um, yeah, building a skill, the first thing that you need to know is going to be the skill you want to build and the way, the proof that you are going to be able to give to people in order to make them accept the fact that you are actually having the skill you say you have. So there is these two aspects. So keep that in mind. We'll come back to it. Now, okay, we need to decide across all the skills available, which are the ones that we want to actually spend time on and build skilled around. To do that, this requires a little bit of time and effort to do what is called a cost-benefit analysis, which is a big word to say. You need to look at the skill you want to learn and objectively establish how much time and money it's required to learn those things, and then put on one side, and on the other side, how much money you can expect to get out of it. And this cost benefit analysis is really important because you will probably realize that college degree in general are not necessarily a good idea. So I need to be balanced on this subject because some of them are requirement in order to do some professions, some jobs. So those are out of the question, like lawyer, doctors, and so on. You are required by law to have those degrees. So if this is the path you want to go down, of course, you will need to have those degrees. But there is a lot of different college degrees that you can have, and a lot of them have a negative cost benefit, which means you are going to pay more in terms of time and money from what you are going to get. And especially if you are taking on debt in order to pay that, this will really put you in trouble for later in life when you are required to pay back those debt. And also, the idea of taking on debt is really, I mean, if we are in this journey of becoming a millionaire, any debt we take on that we need to pay back later, it will be something that prevent us from moving forward in our journey. So, as best as you could, if you don't require a college degree and take on debt, I would argue that you may try to find another way. Because in our day and age, information are everywhere. You can access it freely on the internet and so on, and you can get certificate for that. Maybe you will spend a bit of money for that certificate, but it will be far less than what you are asking, basically. Sorry, I've been distracted. So, what I was saying? Yes, a college degree, basically on so the RI on college degree is not that good because you're taking on debt, and this debt is going to prevent you from moving forward as fast as you want. So if you can avoid that, this is a good idea. And if we come back to what I said earlier, you have the social proof part of your skill, which will help you to earn money. And basically, college degree are just that. Because generally speaking, with some exception, of course, but generally speaking, the information you are going to get on college during college or information that you can find freely online. So what you are paying is actually the social proof that you have skills that are valuable to the company, to the people that want to hire you. This is what you are paying. And if we just think about that like this, the cost of this social proof is tremendous in terms of time and money. Where if in the meantime you are learning those skills, so we are going to the step by step of actually building a skill by yourself and being able to 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 build this social proof. So if in the meantime you are learning, you are collecting information about the field you want with targeted focus. The advantage of that is you will spend time efficiently learning skill you do need and not the skill you don't. Because in college degree, because this is a general program that they have, then you have specialization. You spend most of the time, I would say more than half of the time, learning things that you will never use after that. So I would argue that in college, the only thing you learn that is valuable is how to learn. That's just that. You are learning how to learn. But that, I mean, you can learn it everywhere with anything, and you can learn. You don't have to go to college to pay for that, basically. So yeah, learning. Learning starts with collecting information and taking on those information so you understand them. Then you need to practice. And you need to practice using those skills in a specific context. And finally, a good way to learn is to teach, is to giving advice to people, explaining people how things are done and so on. And with this YouTube channel, this is basically what I'm doing in some way. I mean, I have accumulated a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, and on the social dynamic part, for instance, this is a subject that I'm still learning and improving on. And as I'm learning and figure out things, I am sharing it with people. I'm trying to explain that. So this allow me to own my knowledge even more, spot the area where I'm weak in terms of knowledge and understanding, and the area where I'm strong. And this is a really good way of practicing a skill and becoming better. So you have those three stress processes which are in the really the building aspect of your skill: learning, practicing, teaching, which is basically learning how to learn and then applying it to different skill. But then you have all the social proof aspect. How do you do that? How do you prove that you actually have the skill you say you have? And this comes down to producing. You need to produce whatever the skill you have, whatever it is. You need to find ways to produce content, products, services, and so on. So you are preparing for the next step, which is earning income. So I will probably go a little bit deeper into the next part on earning income, because I think in the whole journey of becoming a millionaire, the building skill part is basically the one that is the most known. I mean, i- it's widely a common knowledge that you need to build skill in order to get paid for jobs. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. I gave you the overall picture on building skill, but I mean, everything that need to be said on this subject already exists, and I don't think I can really provide more value than what I just said. Yes, basically, this is because even if you don't want to become a millionaire, you will go through this phase of learning skills. So, I mean, this is what the education system is about, even though it does a very poor job of doing it. But yeah, so in your journey of learning those skills that you think you need in order to start the next stage, which is earning income, the the real difference that you will make between you and every other people that are doing the same thing as you do is producing. Learning something, if you don't produce anything, is meaningless. And that's why a college degree exists, basically, because people are too lazy to produce things, so they need a system that allows them to validate their skill beyond producing. Because if you're learning something and you produce content, you produce services, you produce product, you write article, you perform analysis and so on. I don't know, whatever the skill you are building is about. If you are doing those things and you are consolidating, you are basically by yourself building the proof that you have those skills. You don't need college degree, period. And you can actually start being your own being self-employed, basically doing freelance job, because let's be honest, uh, even though it's more and more well known that people that don't have degree can also be valuable to society, there is still a huge um, I don't know exactly how to say, but basically people still expect you to have a degree. So if you are just trying to get employed into a company, without a degree, I think that's still difficult. But nowadays, you don't need to be employed in a company where you are. I mean, in the United States or in Europe, you can do online freelance job where you just build your website, build your services, explain who you are, what you did, and so on. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We are going to talk about that in the next video, about the second stage of how to become a millionaire, which is earning income. So thanks you for watching. Subscribe, like the video, and see you next time.